Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Fun Science Demos. In a previous video, we showed you how to make our rubber band rocket cups. We're going to zoom in on this clear version of our rubber band rocket cup so we can see the science at work. We've zoomed in and you can see that I have two cups, a launch pad and my rocket cup with two rubber bands stretched across the top. As I push down on the top cup, it stretches those rubber bands and loads them with energy. It's that energy that allows our rocket cups to launch. Now remember that scientists like to design things to see if they can make something work better. So in this case, the rubber band is on the rocket. I wonder what would happen if we tried to put those rubber bands on the launch pad instead. So instead of using cups as a launch pad, I tried using different containers. A pot, a plastic container, and a plastic beaker. And you notice I've stretched the rubber bands over these containers almost like a trampoline. Now when I bring my rocket in, there's no rubber bands on the rockets. All of the rubber bands are on my launch pad. Let's try it and see how it works. Now what we quickly realized is that we needed to add little taped handles on our rocket cup so it could give us something to grab as we try to launch it. So I set my rocket on the launch pad. I'm going to use my little tape handles to pull down. I'm adding the energy, 3, 2, 1, and a failed launch. I'm going to press down, add the energy, and launch. Let's try it again. Oh, perfect. So here we have 3 different types of launch pads. How can we figure out which launch pad works better? Well, scientists like to gather data. They like to measure things. So we could measure how high our rockets go on each of these launch pads. Notice there's different numbers of rubber bands on each launch pad. So I can figure out if adding an extra rubber band makes my rocket go higher. I could also use a clock or a stopwatch to time how long my rocket is in the air. There's lots of things I can do to gather data to see which launch pad works the best. So we've tried changing our launch pad. Now it's time to try to see if we can have a different design for our rockets. So we started out by trying to tape 2 cups together, but I quickly realized there's no way to attach the rubber band to this rocket. So I might have to use this rocket on the other launch pad we created. But I realized, well, if I could tape 2 cups together from the bottom ends, and I could add this, there's my rubber bands, and I have more of a cone-shaped rocket. We're gonna try this one out. This one, a couple cups are taped together, and then I have the top of a bottle, and this one looks more like a rocket. Let's give them a test launch and see how they work. Let's test our new rocket design out. Push it down on the launch pad, 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Let's try this rocket. Put it on the launch pad, stretch it down, 3, 2, 1. That one went a lot higher and it stayed in the air a lot longer. The other neat idea we had is that we can modify our rockets in a different way. We can add some art to our rockets. In this case, I turned our rocket cups into animals. We have a frog and a funny looking rabbit. This is a great way to involve younger kids in science. A lot of times scientists talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, but there's also something called STEAM, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math. And there's a lot of science in art. In this case, we added our rubber band energy source to our animals, and we're going to see which one hops higher. So it's time for the frog to jump. Now in this case, we only put 1 rubber band on our frog, and let's see how high our froggy can jump. Down on the launch pad, 3, 2, 1. And the frog went pretty high. Now it's time for the rabbit. The rabbit has 2 rubber bands. Do you think it's going to go higher? Well, let's give it a shot. Push him down, 3, 2, 1. He jumped so far out I couldn't even catch him. The neat part about this is we could make a whole variety of different animals that hop. We could add kangaroos and grasshoppers, and we could play around with them. Which one hops higher? Well, we can measure it to find out. Which one stays in the air longer? We can measure that or time that to see which one wins. Science and engineering is all about going back and redesigning something to make it work better. If you want to learn more about energy and forces, or if you want some more STEM idea challenges, check out our YouTube channel, Fun Science Demos. Science is so cool, especially when it's in motion.